Welcome to the Mishawaka High School Football Coaching Show, brought to you by Southwestern Michigan College. I'm Daniel Phillips here with Coach Kinder. Coach, how are you feeling being on your first coaching show of the season?
Well, it's always exciting because it means that the season's starting. It's been a long off season, and our kids are ready to play.
All right, Coach, so you guys faced off against Valpo in a scrimmage this past Friday. What improvements are you looking to be made going into Marian on Friday?
Well, I was really pleased with what we got out of the Valpo scrimmage, first of all. We got to evaluate some guys that were getting their first varsity experience. Our returning starters got an opportunity to get a few snaps at game speed, and we came away healthy. So really just it's an opportunity to just kind of see where you're at a little bit, but then really start focusing in on an opponent.
That's awesome, Coach. That's awesome. This 24 class that's just graduated had a lot of big, impactful guys. All those guys are gone and graduated. What young guys are you expecting to fill into those big roles that are left by those guys that graduated?
Well, first of all, we've got a small senior class. We only have 16 seniors on this year's team, but they've been incredible leaders. We've gotten great leadership from them. They've set great examples for our young guys because we're going to play a lot of young guys for their first time with varsity experience. So in that regard, not necessarily new faces, but just new leaders, and they've done a really good job at that. So. To be honest with you, our team motto this year is together, and we've really kind of embraced that. Like we believe that we're good enough to be as successful as we want to be if we do it together, and so that's been the rallying cry for our team, and I think they've done a good job of that.
That's awesome, Coach. Belief is always the first step. Okay, so you're going to play Marian on Friday the 23rd, this Friday. Make sure to tune in. Go show out for your team. We talked about the young guys, this young team. So many big roles to fill with those guys graduating. How difficult is it going to be for them playing away from home their first varsity debut?
Well, I think it helps that we've already experienced a bus trip to Valpo last week. It also doesn't hurt that Marian's in Mishawaka and not very far away, so it's not a long bus trip. And to be honest with you, I'm not so sure that the home and away thing really matters all that much in high school football. So I think it's going to be, there's going to be a lot of nerves for a lot of people, myself included. But once the ball gets kicked the first time, it becomes a football game, and you're just trying to compete and trying to make plays. And we've got a good group of kids and a great coaching staff, and I think we'll be ready to play.
That's awesome. It's always fun playing football on a Friday night and a CrossDown Classic, so should be a good one. Just how important, Coach, is it being a CrossDown Classic and just being varsity debut for a lot of young guys? How important is it to get off to a good start in this first game of the season?
Well, I think it's always important, particularly for us to start fast, get a stop on defense, have a good offensive possession. But to be honest with you, it's a long game, right? And some mistakes and some bad things are going to happen. We understand that. We know that. We're trying to prepare these guys for that. The real thing will be, do we stick together? And do we bounce back from bad things happening? And that, like when you're getting ready to play your first game, those are the things you're just not sure about as a coach is what to expect. I don't know how we'll respond to those things. I have an idea. I have a hope that I know how we're going to respond, but you never really know until the lights hit and play starts. So those are the things that give me a little bit of nervous energy, but I'm really excited for our kids.
That's awesome, Coach. Right now we're in a wonderful stadium, an older stadium, a lot of great tradition and big things that have happened in this stadium, but it's got some improvements. We're standing here beside this new turf field. How impactful and motivating for your young guys and just your team in general coming back to play football for you. Just playing on a new scenery, a nice new improved turf field, no longer grass. How has that made a difference?
Well, it's really helped in just our ability to practice more efficiently. We don't have to be concerned about moving around on the field to not damage the grass, and we haven't had to be over on the practice field behind the stadium. So it's been really nice to have our entire program in one spot, be able to practice together, be able to move around more efficiently and not have to spend time walking back and forth. And then it's just beautiful, right? It's beautiful. It should be a source of pride for not just our program, but for our entire school, our community. And we're really excited about the future of our program and the future of the experiences that kids can have on this turf.
All right, Coach, a lot of great things to come. Once again, this has been your Mishawaka High School Football Coaches Show, the first one of the season. Thank you very much, Coach, for the interview. Nice time as always. Look forward to doing it again next week.